Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yoda Man on the boards, and once again I'm joined for commentary by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing all right.
All right, so this is game two of my semifinal match on the New Year's online tournament between myself and Mitch 2480s on the boards. I am on the right playing a Jedi deck against Mitch, who's playing a Scum deck. Um, so let me quickly run down our deck list here. So my Jedi deck was pretty standard. It was two May the Force be with you, two Heroes Beginning, two Heroes Trial, one Secret of Yavin 4, one Watchers in the Wasteland, one Flight of the Crow, and one Survivors. And Mitch's Scum deck was pretty standard with some of the new stuff that's come out. He's got two Masterful Manipulation, two Heartless Tactics, two I Don't Like You Either, two his High Exaltedness, the new Java. Then he's got one Hutt's Menagerie and one Hive of Scum and Villainy. He's playing Greedo, making an appearance here. So, you have any initial thoughts about these deck lists as we kind of get shuffling here for our second game after I was fortunate enough to win the first game as Dark Side with my Navy deck
Uh,
against Mitch's Smuggler Jedi deck that he played?
they're actually both almost identical to two decks that I took up to the tournament. I think I've got both of mine were 9 out of 10 pods were the same. The only difference I have with my Scum deck to his is I don't have Greedo. I have Snuva in mine.
Yeah.
I know the other reason he's running Greedo's pod, not only for the third captured. I was thinking that the units and stuff in there are not as good as the Hunter's Pod or the objective itself, but the fact is they're all two-cost units that he can throw into play with Jabba too, so
Yeah.
they do synchronize with that.
Yeah, so we're flipping up objectives, and he's got Masterful, Heartless Tactics, and what's the bottom one there? Is that? I can't tell.
Uh,
Or
I don't like you
I
either,
think
I
it's I don't
think.
like you either. Yeah, and I had two May the Force be with you and one Hero's Beginning. And I know the reason I kept both May the Force be with you when I saw he was playing Scum was because I figured he probably had Zezor and I didn't want it to get buried turn one. So I figured
Yeah.
if I put both out, then hey, if he's got two of them, more power to him. but
Well, actually, if you got one, it's Hero's Beginning's not a bad target. That takes out 3 edge cards
Yeah,
too.
that's true too. So he is starting playing Jabba, and then for free he put in one of the paid informants, I think is what they are, or
I
whatever
think
the
that's what
things
that is.
from Greedo is set. And I'm like, what? I remember saying, I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure I said it out loud. What? What the heck is that? So and he got prize possession too, so he's got some resources going. He's going to get to cycle Masterful around,
Hmm.
and he's going to commit Jabba to the Force and take balance back. So, whoops, and I've just pitched Luke's lightsaber. And if I had Owen right now into Luke, that would be really good, except I don't think that's what I got. I do have Luke, but I did not draw a resource, which is quite annoying.
Yeah, you do get Luke and the Saber though. That's got plenty of shenanigans written all over it.
Yeah,
And it does make Jabba not so long for the world if you can keep him out there.
but that is going to be the trick with three captureds in his deck, plus the new Jabba stuff to get
Hmm.
Deathmark and Hut's Hospitality on units.
Yep.
It's hard to keep some of your mains on the board for too long
Hmm.
against some of these new Scum decks here, or newer Scum
Yeah.
decks. So I've got a lot of edge cards, and I think I'm swinging at I Don't Like You Either, and he just let it go, so I got 3 damage on it.
Yeah, well, you get the potential for 8 edge cards. I can't say I blame him blocking that or
Yeah,
not blocking.
right. If I have a heat or something, I might take out Jabba, and that would do it. So I'm gonna commit Luke and take balance back to the dial, go to 2. He's bearing Masterful and drawing a card. It was probably a captured the way my luck seems to be against some of these Scum decks anymore.
Yeah, the only reason I would have even considered blocking there in his position was if he had Prince's scheme.
Right.
Then he might potentially be able to get away with it.
So he's just shuffling up his objectives here.
Hmm.
So my first turn wasn't awful, and if I can keep Luke alive, I can start those Saber shenanigans. And what he just flip up there? Is that?
I think it's the second of I don't like you
Oh
either.
yeah, yeah. So
Now
he's
he
got
can damage it to duplicate events.
yeah,
Oh.
which is just not good for me.
Well, not if you can start getting captures, you can start chaining together a bunch of destruction and pain there.
Yep. So and he has 5 resources still, plus Jabba's potential discount
Mm-hmm.
on the first bounty hunter or scum event.
Yep.
He's putting some cards down. That made me worried. I'm like, what is he doing here? I think
Is
he might be.
planning a few things out.
Yeah, I think he's counting up stuff here. And then there's Dengar for 2, thanks to Jabba.
Mm-hmm.
And
I couldn't see what that was.
is that Doctor? I think that's the Doctor.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And then he's gonna go in with the paid informant
Hmm.
after one of the May the Force be with yous. And I'm probably gonna let it go. He played that prep and planning. Yep,
Yeah.
and then he just played captured for 1.
Yep.
And he captured Luke. And now we had to figure out how we were going to do that on Skype. That's always a little awkward. So he ended up putting it under the undamaged. I don't like you either. And I think I was just kind of
If he
stacking them up
captures
as
a
far.
bunch of cards, that's gonna be really hard to keep track of.
Yeah, it really is. So, and now he could get some extra damage in with Dengar if he wants, since
I
he's
don't know
got a
how you would
captured
do
card.
that with like what if you played like coerced with it, where he gets to search your deck and take something out? You're not gonna know what.
That's true. I didn't even think about
You'd have
that.
to like hold the deck up, fan it out to him, and he'll say, "Take that card," and then you have to set it down and not look at it, and so you don't know what he pulled. And
Yeah. So he just did 2 damage to Hero's beginning there with Dengar, thanks to his gaining an icon with the captured card, and then he's
yeah,
going to keep the Doctor and Jabba back on defense. I'm a little surprised he's committing the Doctor, but I guess he can. So he's going to take balance back. The dial's at 2 still, and then I really could have used a resource, and that was a shame. I know I was annoyed he captured Luke there with that prep and planning after he played stuff out. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to be okay.
hmm
If I had a twist in my hand, I might have wanted to try to play it, but then he probably would have just held off on the playing prep and planning, so it's probably been a moot point. So I just pitched a Guardian because I don't have resources. Yeah, I really could use some resources.
Owen would be good.
Owen would be really good.
Yeah.
So, and then this was, you know, that scum stuff, especially with that third captured in his deck, was just crazy. Like
hmm
looking
Yeah,
at
I
here.
mean, like my version, I've got Snuva instead, but it's effectively the same thing because Snuva always has something to grab.
Right, right.
So, but yeah, it is. Two of them's hard enough to deal with, but when you have another way, oh,
Yep, so I'm playing Luke again.
Luke rises again.
Yep,
I just gotta hope he doesn't get another one.
yeah. And I'm probably going to send him in because there's no reason for me not to. I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm going after here. I might be going after the other I don't like you either. See if I can get some
I
damage on that.
Well, that's the one that's got the Luke captured at, so he can prevent damage to it.
Oh no, I did. I blew up the one that was already
Yeah.
damaged just to get it off the board. So I got an objective there.
Hmm.
Um, now, I
I might have gone
probably,
for Dengar's location personally.
yeah. Well, I guess
You would have gotten one extra point of damage, and that's really the one that's going to be the problem here.
well, that's assuming he didn't block. But yeah, so
Yeah, you're still in good edge shape.
yeah.
He was not likely to block there.
Yeah, so I committed Luke just to free him up, even though I knew I wasn't going to get balance back. And then he just flip
What is
up.
that?
Okay, is that Hive of Scum and Villainy, maybe?
It must be. I don't recognize it. That's the only Scum one I would not
Yeah.
recognize. Yeah, that's a terrible objective.
So, well, it
All it
takes
does is
away.
it takes away a gun from the attacker, but it does no benefit to Mitch. So there's really no reason for you to ever attack it. You just assume leave it out there rather
Yeah.
than let him get something else. So you just ignore it, and he gains nothing but a normal objective that does one resource.
Right.
So yeah, it's a terrible one to have out. The only time you'd ever attack it is if you're trying to take out like all three in one turn.
He's spending one on something here. And he's playing the Twi'lek Sycophant, so he's probably digging for
Fishing for
captures.
capture.
And he got it
Hey,
captured.
look at that.
And I think I said, of course.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
times.
yeah, good times. There's nothing more demoralizing than play Luke turn one, he gets captured. Draw your other Luke, play him turn two, and then he's
Ye-
gonna get captured too.
Yep. And meanwhile, Mitch is building a pretty good board.
Yeah, because this is with Jabba, if he uses, only going to cost him one. So he's still got four resources left plus the
Yeah.
discount.
So
So
he still has three more he can do in addition to playing the captured.
yep. I mean, I think he just play captured now personally, but maybe he doesn't.
Well, maybe he's got another prep and planning.
That's true. You can get more stuff out if you got another prep and planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if I would have just had a resource before to try to cycle the darn lightsaber, it would have been so helpful.
Hmm.
I mean, at least it could have let me start pinging some things.
Well, you would have had Java would have been probably gone.
Yeah, he just played fortified holding
Yeah.
cells on Heartless Tactics, and he's going to
So,
capture Luke.
yeah. See, now that's a problem. Now you're never gonna get rid of that thing.
No, and now he's putting the other Luke under the
Yeah.
Scum
The
villainy,
the
which I guess
objective
it
that you
is.
never want to attack. Yeah.
Right. So he's got cards at each objective for Dengar, wide open board to swing at. This is just not looking good. So,
If I were him, I'd take out Hero's Beginning right now so you don't have the edge cards.
yeah. Right, he could do that just with Dengar. He's still got two resources left open.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I do. I send Dengar in there. I probably do damage to something else.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's. Oh, maybe that's his high exaltedness because he just put two on there.
Oh, oh, that's even worse because then he's gonna
Yeah,
get captured
sorry. Yeah, it
back.
must be his high exaltedness. It's hard to see. It's a little blurry with
Yeah.
the angle that
Okay.
he was on. And then he's playing a headhunter. It looks like.
Oh, did he played Java Summons? That's what
Oh,
he
that's
did.
right. He played
He
Java
went down
Summers,
Headhunter.
got the headhunter when he played for it like that. Yeah, I think he asked me if I cared if he switched. I'm like, I don't care. You haven't really done anything. You can repay it. And the
Yeah.
way the game was going, I figured it was kind of pointless now anyway. So
And the pain.
yeah, so he could take out the May the Force and the Hero's Beginning right now if he wants to.
Well, and the thing is, he can reclaim his captured and his Java Summons
Yep,
if he wants to, or
yep.
both captured.
Yeah, I didn't really have much under there. I had like Force
Yeah, yeah.
Cleansing, I Am a Jedi, I think, and like Battle End, not Battle Ender, like Supporting Fire, I think. It was. I remember I didn't have very good cards in there, so that was gonna go to five. I think he got captured back, like you said.
Yep. That's the way to do it. Because now you know your first unit is worthless anyway, and
Yep.
you only have four resources
So he's
coming
gonna take
next.
out May the Force be with you with Dengar. That'll go to
Yep.
seven. He's gonna get Jabba summons back. He's got to be running out of events that he could get back. Oh
Well, you still got one more captured in there.
yeah, that's true. He's not gonna blow up one more here though. He is gonna send
Yeah.
the paid informant and just get a couple too cheap damage on there.
Yep.
And
Because
that's
then the next objective to fall will move it by 3, and we're already at 7.
yeah, I'm in trouble.
So yeah, you need to take Force back just to make him take a second objective. And
Right.
the only way you can do that is with you can't even do it with Yoda because he's got 5 on the Force right now.
Yeah, so I got
Well,
survivors
well,
and
actually,
Flight
I
of the
take it
Crow.
back. He could because he of May the Force. He could attack with Yoda and then free him
Right.
up.
Right. Yoda's about the only way I could do it. I just pitched
Yeah.
another Guardian. Yeah, I don't think he has any 3-cost units out to blank Yoda with the Doctor. So
That's the other thing I like about Snuva. I can use him to blank Yoda.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not sure there's any 3-cost units in his deck
I
at
don't think
all
he
running
has
through that
any. Yeah,
list.
there's nothing in there that's 3.
So I'm playing a Sulan Sympathizer. That's not.
Oh boy, you got a resource.
Yeah.
I bet he's gonna capture it just because. Or he does he have any resources now? He might blow it up.
Well, he could just use Jabba and blow it up.
Yeah, he could because
If he has
of
such
the
hospitality.
reduction. That's
Yeah.
hospitality. If
Yeah.
he had it, he should do it right now before you get to use it as a resource.
That card is so annoying.
Uh-huh. Well, it's mainly annoying because you can use it on your opponent's turn. That's the
Right.
biggest reason.
Yeah. And then there's a speeder bike. And I'm actually using the Sulan to get the resource. Yeah, I'm pretty toast here.
This just in, Scum is good.
Yep, it sure is. It's just steamrolling my Jedi deck here, which, is a pretty
It's I have a
classic
hard time.
Jedi
I go
build.
back and forth as to whether Navy or Scum are the top. I will say Scum is a whole lot more fun to play than
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
Navy decks are.
So I think I'm sending in the speeder bike, trying to see if maybe I can win edge, focus Jabba and the Doctor, and then get balance back with the Sulan.
I think even if you do that, I think you still got the win on the board, even
Yeah,
if you succeed with all that.
yeah, yeah. He'd just need one more blast, I think.
Well,
'Cause
he's got the headhunter, he's got Dengar. I mean, that's an objective right there.
right. So I
Yeah.
actually just committed the Sulan for the extra resource, and Dal's gonna get a 9. I think I'm just probably scooping here.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I'm gonna even season do anything. I guess I do have the speeder bike, so maybe I'm thinking I could potentially lock stuff down. Maybe if I win edge, I could maybe lock Dengar in the headhunter down, so he could keep him from blowing up stuff. But he just pulled another headhunter
Yeah. Well,
with the
it
Jabba
wouldn't really
summons.
even matter because you can send him in with the headhunter with the shields on
Right,
him.
and he just
So.
yeah, and what he did there was he did that with Jabba summons at the end of my turn for free.
Hmm. Yep.
So, and I think I just scooped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that's it. So, so Mitch kind of steamrolled me there with that scum deck. So it evened up our best of 3 match here. So
Yeah, the thing with Navy, especially against a removal type deck like that, is it's like the old Sith decks where your Force Lightnings and your damage would just pick things off early.
right,
You really have to get Owen to have any chance of being able to outrun it, because otherwise you end up with 1 or 2 units at a turn, and they've got so many ways to remove them. You can't keep up.
right, yeah, and that's
That's
basically what happened. I mean, he just drew all that removal early, and there was just not a darn thing I could do, really. I mean,
mm,
there was just I said I had pretty good turns. I played Luke turn 1 and turn 2, and they both
yeah.
got
I
captured and were
mean, if
gone.
yeah, if you'd have had a resource, at least you'd been able to ping. You'd have been able to attack and plink a damage
Right.
to Jabba, and then he gets captured. And then the second turn, you would have had 5 resources. You would have been able to double swing with Luke, or even if you just used his the ability with the lightsaber on both your turn and his turn, you could have taken out Jabba before he got captured the second time.
Yeah. So,
So
oh well. But again, well played by Mitch. He just, certainly his deck just kind of did what it was supposed to do, and I didn't really have any answers for it at all. So again, so that made us tied after our first 2 games. So we had to play a game 3 here for all the marbles to try to get to the finals. So we'll wrap up this one soon here, and then we'll bring you the third and deciding match of the semifinal match between myself and Mitch as soon as we get the chance. So thanks as always for joining me for commentary, Derek. Appreciate it.
yep, anytime.